Today, we're going to dive into a powerful tool called Monte Carlo Simulations, which is widely used for retirement planning and cash flow modeling. Whether you're approaching retirement or already enjoying your golden years, understanding the ins and outs of Monte Carlo Simulations can stress test your portfolio and help you make more informed decisions about your financial future. We will look at how it works, its pros and cons, and how to interpret the results. In the next video, we'll dive into the research by prominent financial experts and take a look at Portfolio Visualizer and its Monte Carlo simulation feature. If you find topics like this helpful, take a moment to subscribe for future content. Your support is always appreciated. Monte Carlo simulations are a sophisticated mathematical technique used to model the probability of different outcomes in a process that involves randomness. In a way, it provides a method to take a sneak peek into the future, to see how our retirement savings might hold up under various market conditions, and understand the likelihood of different outcomes. But why are they important? This allows us to understand the range of possible future scenarios for our finances, giving us insights into how robust our retirement plan is. Think of it as a virtual stress test for your future finances, helping you prepare for the unexpected twists and turns that life may throw your way. One of the biggest risks to your retirement is the sequence of returns risk. This is the risk that you'll experience poor market returns early in retirement, which can have an adverse impact on portfolio longevity by depleting your retirement savings much earlier in your retirement. Traditional retirement calculators often use a single, fixed rate of return, which can paint an unrealistic picture. By running multiple simulations with different scenarios for sequences of returns, Monte Carlo simulations are particularly useful for modeling sequence risk, instead of just looking at a single, fixed outcome. This captures the variability in investment performance over time, and helps you gauge the impact of different market conditions on your retirement savings. You can see how your portfolio might perform under various conditions, like a high inflation environment, or if you had to withdraw more money than planned for emergencies. It's a way to prepare for the worst while hoping for the best, and is helpful for understanding the risk of running out of money. Let's dive into how Monte Carlo simulations work. They typically consist of two main components. Firstly, you need to determine your initial withdrawal rate or amount. For a precise model, it's essential to establish a thorough retirement withdrawal plan based on your expected incomes and expenses. Relying solely on a rule of thumb like the 4% rule may not provide accurate results. Secondly, you must define key assumptions that govern how your portfolio will perform. These include factors such as the average return for your portfolio or specific asset classes, the level of return volatility or standard deviation, the average inflation rate, and its volatility over time. Additionally, you'll require historical data on past market performance and inflation to generate random scenarios. While some Monte Carlo simulation tools allow customization of these parameters, others rely on historical data or fixed values. The approach and level of customization varies, depending on the tool you use. One of the key advantages of Monte Carlo simulations is the ease with which you can run what-if scenarios, once you have set things up, by changing your inputs and the underlying assumptions, to stress test your retirement plan, under different conditions or combinations of these factors. By adjusting the input assumptions, such as portfolio returns, inflation rates, or spending levels, you can evaluate the impact of different conditions on the retirement plan's success. This can help identify potential vulnerabilities and guide adjustments to the plan, asset allocation, or spending patterns to improve the chances of achieving your target outcome. You can also evaluate the impact of different personal scenarios and make more informed decisions based on your circumstances. For example, additional income from a part-time job, downsizing and paying off your mortgage, or a luxury cruise for your 70th birthday. When you're looking at the results of a Monte Carlo simulation, you will come across terms like probability of success and percentile balance or ranking. The probability of success refers to the likelihood that you'll have enough money to last through retirement, say a 90% chance at age 85. This means that in 90% of the simulated scenarios, the portfolio did not run out of money before 85. On the other hand, percentile balance might show you what your retirement balance could look like throughout your retirement, depending on your desired confidence level, or percentile. For example, the 10th percentile represents the balance for the top 10% performing scenarios across all ages. By considering both the probability of success and percentile balances, you can gain a comprehensive understanding of the retirement plan's potential outcomes, enabling more informed decision-making and better risk management. At this point, it's important to take a step back and appreciate that Monte Carlo simulations are mathematical models, based on an underlying set of assumptions. So bear in mind that simulation outcomes are not guarantees or authoritative predictions. No one has the crystal ball that knows the future. What these outcomes tell us are merely probabilities with which an event may occur, such as the probability that you will not run out of money by 85. For that matter, a 100% probability of success does not mean that you will never run out of money in any scenario. The flip side of probability of success is what some financial advisors refer to as probability of ruin. This has an ominous ring about it, with an almost prophetic certainty. Again, it's important to remember that this is just a probability. In practical terms, this is the probability that you need to make some adjustments to your plan. Bear this in mind when interpreting the results. Instead, I suggest looking at the results in terms of confidence levels and opportunities. How much confidence you feel comfortable with that you are less likely to run out of money. Not that you will absolutely not run out of money, just less likely to do so. This opens up the discussion on opportunities. These are the levers within your control that can increase this confidence level. We will cover some of these in the next video. Bottom line, it's all about your attitude to risk and how much confidence you need to feel comfortable in the face of uncertainty. This is a classic case of glass half full versus half empty. If the probability of success is lower than your expectation, this is the beginning of a journey to explore the levers in your retirement withdrawal plan that you can pull to adjust the journey and influence the outcome. Oh, if you're enjoying this video, hit the like button and subscribe for future content. Now, let's take a quick look at the pros and cons of using Monte Carlo simulations for retirement cash flow planning. We've covered a number of the pros earlier, but here they are just to recap. First, Monte Carlo simulations provide a comprehensive view of potential retirement outcomes, accounting for various factors and uncertainties. Second, they allow you to make more informed decisions by considering a wide range of scenarios. Third, these simulations can help you identify potential shortfalls and explore opportunities for improving your plan. Fourth, Monte Carlo simulation allows you to adjust input assumptions and test different scenarios, enabling better stress testing and contingency planning. Finally, it provides a visual representation of probabilities, making it easier to better understand the risks and trade-offs involved in your retirement plan. Now, on to some cons and caveats. First, Monte Carlo simulations are only as good as the data and assumptions used, so the accuracy of the simulations depends heavily on the quality of the data and assumptions you input, like historical returns and inflation rates. As they say, garbage in, garbage out. Second, Monte Carlo simulations rely on assumptions and historical data, which may not accurately predict future market conditions. These forecasts are subject to the influence of diverse factors such as economic trends, government policies, and geopolitical dynamics. Third, these simulations might not fully capture the impact of significant market downturns, or account for black swan events that may significantly impact financial markets. For example, the Monte Carlo model often assumes that returns are normally distributed, which may not account for the likelihood of extreme market events. Wade-Pfau also raises the concern that, while Monte Carlo simulations account for market volatility, they may not fully capture the compounding effects of prolonged, severe downturns, especially in the early retirement years. But that's exactly when sequence of returns risk is highest. Explicitly modeling historical events like the 2008 global financial crisis, on top of the Monte Carlo projections, can be particularly useful for those with a cautious risk profile or a longer retirement horizon, as it provides a more detailed stress test of their retirement plan. Fourth, Michael Kitzes, Massimo Young, and Wade-Pfau found Monte Carlo simulations to be highly sensitive to small changes in assumptions, such as expected returns or inflation rates. These small changes could mean the difference between two extremes, predicting a successful outcome and running out of money. Finally, there's a risk that some might see the range of outcomes as guarantees, rather than probabilities, leading to overconfidence and the tendency to underestimate or even overlook potential risks. On the other hand, some retirees may not be comfortable with the probabilistic nature of the outcomes. Failures and success are not absolutes. For example, Two failed simulations could be very different in the degree of failure. One could be a borderline failure that missed by say 0.5%, and another missing by 25%. These will require very different remediation plans. Okay, let's wrap up for today. I hope this has given you a good overview of Monte Carlo simulations in retirement cash flow planning, its pros and cons, and an appreciation of how to interpret, and how not to misinterpret the simulation outcomes. Next time, we'll ask the question: do you need a 90% probability of success, or can you actually manage with only 50%? The answer may surprise you. Well, it sure surprised me. For that, we'll dive into the work of a prominent professor and leading researcher, and discuss a range of complementary strategies you can draw on, to successfully navigate a retirement with a lower probability of success. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. It will help our channel grow, and reach more viewers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.